So, welcome to the United Women on the Fly 7-year anniversary meeting. I guess I never really, I don't know what I thought was going to happen back in September of 2016, but it's been really, really cool to just watch this really incredible evolution with United. And it's just fun to see it grow, it get better, it become way more inclusive, and the fun factor is just absolutely through the roof. So as far as kind of first things is, how do you connect with United Women on the Fly? I'm sure many of you already know how to do this, but just with our email, you can look on our website. We have a public Facebook page, closed Facebook group, Instagram, and then of course, we really want you to tag us. So in any of your social media posts, please feel free to just tag at United Women on the Fly or just tag hashtag United Women on the Fly. So our social team can then go and search all of the different posts that have been tagged United Women on the Fly. So we're able to then reshare and really highlight and amplify our community and you all. So please feel free to bring us along in all of your adventures. As I mentioned, I'm not sure what I was expecting back in September of 2016, but that is when United Women on the Fly became official. This photo is of a Alaska trip that we did with Kate Crump in, I think it was 2018, and just kind of some of the funness with all of the different women's trips. So a little history about kind of the creation of United Women on the Fly is Spokane Women on the Fly. I started that in 2014, and kind of a note is that Instagram at that time started in 2011. So Instagram was fairly new when Spokane Women on the Fly was founded in 2014. And I believe just because of Instagram was new, social media was just starting to rev up truly, is kind of why Spokane Women on the Fly became so successful. So once Spokane Women on the Fly, we started posting, we started sharing, just women from all over the world were contacting us and contacting me and asking how can they mimic and or duplicate a group similar to that, and how can they continue to amplify and showcase women. And so rather than having it self-limiting to its name, that's how United Women on the Fly was created. So originally it was Spokane Women on the Fly. Then 2 years later, United Women on the Fly was formed and was created. And Spokane Women on the Fly still exists. Our 10-year anniversary is next year. I've kind of stepped back from that, and I have two amazing women, Lindy, who used to be on the United Women on the Fly team, and Liz Simpson. They both are the faces of Spokane Women on the Fly. So it's really, really cool to watch this women's group grow and just get better and have different ideas and different people running it. So as far as our other timeline goes, so this is kind of the past of United Women on the Fly. So 2016, we were founded, really, started to focus on representing all women in 2019. In 2020, we signed the Angling for All pledge. And as you all know, COVID obviously was in 2020. So we had really greatly shifted. We had this pretty great momentum of in-person events and all of this stuff happening from 2016 to 2020. And all of that came to a halt. So we really had to redefine ourselves and what are we going to do? So in 2020, 2021, really our focus became education. And the reason for that is because we were all stuck online anyways and indoors. So why not continue to help, or share any bit of knowledge and or to highlight new educators and new people sharing their knowledge. So that was kind of our focus as far as 2021 goes. 2022, we continued that education and connection, just online focus. So having lots of meetings, mostly online. And then this year, 2023, we were trying to opt and move away from that really online focus and move towards in-person. And we definitely did a good job at that. As far as our 2022, 2023, so restructure. Am I frozen? Can you all, does my face is frozen, but can you hear me? Okay, I'm just gonna keep rolling. So 2022, 2023. So we're starting to now have a bit of a restructure with some organizational and financial sustainability, which I'm going to talk about way at the very end. And really for 2024, we want to advocate for just greater women's representation, purposeful initiatives. So really spotlighting all of those women-owned businesses, women-owned groups, organizations, individual achievements, and hosting affordable, inclusive events for all. So I'm going to stop my screen and see if that, let's see here. Now you can't even, let me start and restart my video. There we go. Okay, unfrozen. Let's try that again. So share my screen. Oh, the technology. Definitely have learned a lot about Zoom, unfortunately. So as far as our team goes, we have an incredible group of team members. We have it broken down as team members as well as liaisons. So I would love to introduce our team members first. This is just a group photo of our team from, we had a retreat during our Montana Fish and Hang. And so just looking here, I'll show more pictures, but here's Joanne. Joanne lives in New York. Sarah's South Dakota. Angelica is Washington, D.C. Kate, who is she's been helping us with the restructure. She lives in Pennsylvania. Jay Michelle is from Washington. Priscilla, Colorado. Erin, Virginia. Kelly, Pennsylvania. And Shelby, Utah. And myself from Washington. So it's really cool to see this incredible group of women that have really dedicated so much time and so much energy to United. So I would love, at this point, I'd love for the team to just kind of introduce themselves, and I'll just go through it alphabetical just to make it easy, and just who you are, what you do for the team, and where you're from. So Erin, do you want to start first?
Sure, let me unmute. I'm Erin Kimsey. I live in Northern Virginia, just outside of DC, and I work downtown. And that's it, right?
So, perfect. And then Jay Michelle.
Hi, I'm Jay Michelle. I live on the West Coast in Olympia, Washington, and I guide for predominantly sea run cutthroat trout over there. And for United Women on the Fly, we've reimagined ourselves, and now I'm running or starting to support and help with our liaison group, which Heather will talk about a little bit later. But it's great to see all of you.
Awesome. I didn't see Jenny on here, but Jenny lives in Bend, Oregon, and she's also founder of Central Oregon Lady Anglers. Jenny's our Facebook moderator and does a really good job on all of that. Joanne, I know Joanne's in Mexico, so I just saw that she just had a permit and a tarpon. So the girl's doing quite well in Mexico, but Joanne's from Florida and from New York. She's been helping out quite a bit at the Rochester, New York, and I know I'm probably said that incorrectly, but at the New York shop, and is also a Facebook moderator. Priscilla, I don't know if I saw Priscilla on here, but Priscilla is from Colorado. She lives in Denver, and she was helping out with a lot of the events, and now she kind of wants to have a redirection as far as collaborations go. Sarah Anderson, I don't know if I saw Sarah either, but Sarah is an incredible help that is behind the scenes. So she does a lot for us. She's based out of South Dakota and does a lot as far as scheduling for socials, but also is helping out with the website. And then Shelby, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm in Northern Utah, and I'm going to grad school here right now. And with United Women on the Fly, I'm helping out with community outreach things. Still trying to figure out what exactly I'm getting into, but I'm really enjoying being part of the team.
Awesome. And Shelby, so if you have ever applied for a scholarship, you're probably going to get an email from Shelby. She's really helping us just keep in contact with all of the scholarship applicants, and really I mean, we have a platform where we would love to help showcase and highlight, so many different women. So we're trying to work with all the applicants so we can highlight everyone's stories. I as I look at this, obviously my brain is full because this is not in alphabetical order. I apologize. But Kelly, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I am Kelly Kirsch. I am here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, so representing on the East Coast. And I'm also founder of Lancaster Fly Girls. With United, I've done several different roles. Most recently, though, this summer, I helped out a lot with the fish and hang events. So I was able to attend most all of them except Virginia and then the one in Minnesota. But so excited to see you all here tonight.
Awesome. And then Laura, she's not on, but Laura's from Nevada. So Laura is one of the co-founders of Sierra Fly Gals. So outside of Reno, Nevada, Laura is our Facebook lead. So really kind of head of our Facebook group, which could be a pretty big task, but luckily we have a really kick-ass team. So Laura, Joanne, and Jenny do a great job as far as Facebook goes and moderation. So Mary, I saw your lovely face here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
There it is. Hi, I'm Mary. I am up here in Nova Scotia, Canada. I help Heather and the team with the Instagram page, and I am a founder of Atlantic Women on the Fly.
Awesome. And some events too that will be coming up that for the summer too, right? So working on the Nova Scotia one and then other events in the future potentially as well, correct?
Yes, Atlantic Canada.
Cool.
Going for it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you all will see a lot more of that too. So those are not just for Canadians either. So in the US, especially if you're close and or the West Coast, like let's make an adventure up to Nova Scotia. So catch some Atlantic salmon. We don't have those in the Pacific Northwest. So that's definitely on my radar as far as a fish to catch on the two-handed fly rod. So Tema, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Tema. I am over in California and I help the team with social media, and I am the co-founder of Rising to the Fly.
Awesome. Sweet. So as you can see, we have a group of women from all over the world. And United Women on the Fly would not exist without these women. So for me, it's such an honor to work side by side with everyone on the team. And it's been an incredible journey, and the future is only getting brighter. So as far as our liaisons go, I know a few of our amazing liaisons are on the call as well. So basically, as Jay Michelle had mentioned, with the liaisons, these are individuals really lead women who have either founded women's fishing groups and or organizations and are kind of like the middle woman, basically. So they help facilitate communication, promote collaboration, and just really ensure the information exchange between both entities. So we have Jenny Felkins. She's on her way to Bolivia, I believe. So I told her not to call in, but she is one of the founders of NorCal Women on the Fly. Julia Mitchell, I saw Julia logged in. I thought she was in New York, so I don't know if she's on. Julia, are you on?
I am.
Welcome. Thanks. Thank you for making
Greetings.
the effort. Awesome.
Before rehearsals ended early, so I was like, woohoo, I'm jumping on. So
Cool.
yeah, I am.
Awesome. Do you want to introduce yourself and
Sure.
it'll talk a little bit about Rising to the Fly?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. So my name is Julia Mitchell. I am co-founder of Rising to the Fly with Tema. And we're just super excited. Our mission is to break down barriers for entry into fly fishing for women. And we are coming up on our 1-year anniversary, and we're super excited. We've helped over 65 women this year alone. And we have been getting them gear. Our mission is gear, garb, and guidance. So we started out focusing on getting women gear and garb, and then we are super excited to have our first in-person clinic that's just Rising to the Fly. That's the second weekend in October. And we did partner with Southern Women Oregon on the Fly to do a intro to fly fishing with them. So we're just getting started. We had our first retreat for the group and came up with some really great plans for 2024. Super, super excited.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a liaison and really having such a great mission to help women. It's fun to watch the organization grow.
Yeah. And we really appreciate United's been amazing and we really appreciate the support.
Awesome. Sue, hello, Miss Sue. Do you want to introduce yourself? Oh, you're muted. I'll ask you to unmute. Oh, still muted.
It's been a very long, hot day here in Maine. Hello, everyone.
Yes, hi.
I'd like to open with my hi. You guys, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Just an apology. I've really been I've fallen out of it this year, and I know you don't. There's no shame in this group at all. But the bad news is that life has been very busy. My father's not well, and my parents are having a very hard time. So I've been spending a lot of time with them trying to help. The good news is I've decided to retire from my consulting work at the end of this year, capping it off with 5 weeks in Patagonia and Argentina, because my wife is playing field hockey there. So I must go and fish. And so I'm retiring end of November rather than December because we're leaving December 1st. Anyway, what that means to my part in this group is that I intend to get more involved, and as I will have room in my plate to do so. I'm sort of the Maine, I want to say Maine and New England. I don't do a lot outside of Maine, but I'm going to be doing more and try to expand my my activity in that. We actually have a TU event in Chatham, Mass, where I grew up fishing on Cape Cod. They asked me to do a 3-hour women's class, including 2 hours of casting. And that is on my birthday, September 23rd. So relevant to the group. So Maine and the Maine Women Fly Fishers has been most of my activity. I try to shift any announcements over to the Maine Women Fly Fishers and vice versa back over to United Women on the Fly. The Maine Women Fly Fishers, I cannot take credit for the increased activity that group has undergone, and their leadership has really increased. And so a lot going on there, and I'll try to get that brought to the forefront more in the coming months. I guess my biggest announcement is that my first book will be out in hopefully the coming weeks. My editor is Island Port Press in Yarmouth, Maine, and they have said for almost 2 years now, soon. So I'm learning that soon in my book is not the same as soon in their book. That said, no pun intended, it is called A Full Net with the metaphor, a full heart, which fishing gives me. So I hope to share that and bring some joy to others with it and get more involved, Heather, and all of you. I won't promise because I know that I have a habit of taking on things and then going, oops. So that's my intention. It's nice to see you all. I'm glad to be on a meeting again. It's been a while for me.
It's nice to see your face. And Sue's definitely been, she's been on the team since the beginning. So we know Sue is Sue from Maine, who just helps share the energy and share all the information. So we'll also make sure that we share your book too with the group, as well as, because that's what's so important too, is just really trying to highlight and amplify women authors. There's not a lot of women fly fishing authors out there. So if you have any plans to write books, let's see them. I want to read them. I want to support you. I want to buy other women written books. So it's really cool to see, Sue, that this book's actually starting to almost to fruition. So
thank you.
Awesome. And then our last liaison is Tabitha. I saw Tabitha from Southern Oregon. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. My mute button always seems to disappear when I need it. Hi.
You want to give a little about who you are, what you're co-founder of, and all the things?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see everybody. It's also been a minute since I was on a meeting, so it's nice to see so many familiar faces and some new faces. My name is Tabitha, and I am in Southern Oregon. So I'm one of the co-founders for Southern Oregon Women on the Fly. We're a Trout Unlimited chapter down here, but we really work a lot doing fundraisings and events and offering at no cost a lot of just learning opportunities and gear opportunities. And we, like so many missions that I, hear some of you saying is just trying to get women the stuff they need, whether it's knowledge or gear to get on the water and feel safe and feel confident and feel like they know what they're doing. So that's kind of what we do down here. It's for Southern Oregon Women on the Fly.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the team. And it was so great to finally meet Opal in Montana. And we can't wait till next year. It'll be even greater now that we all know each other. So
yeah, definitely.
Yes. Awesome. So that's our team. We have our team, our liaisons. We are starting to do a bit of a restructure. As I mentioned, I'll talk more about that at the end. So there will be some opportunities for other volunteer work in the near future. So you'll probably be hearing more for that once we do an actual call out. So with our anniversary sale, we are doing a 25% off United on the Fly swag. So you just go onto our website, and I'm flying to Italy tomorrow, and I am a one-woman shipping show. So I was gonna cut it off today. So basically I'll probably bring this back once I get home at the middle of September. So that way I can then be home to ship stuff. But yeah, so kind of how I want to break everything up today is really talking about what our mission is, our vision, our core values, and then our goals. So really with United Women on the Fly, our mission is to empower, unite, and elevate women in fly fishing, dedicated to fostering a supportive community, I know this is long, where women of all backgrounds and skill levels can connect, learn, and thrive in the sport. So through education, mentorship, conservation, and commitment to inclusivity, we aspire to create lasting change and ensure that fly fishing is accessible to all. Together, we cast a brighter future for women in fly fishing community and celebrate the strength, diversity, and passion that unites us on the water. So as far as our vision, we envision a world where women of all backgrounds and skill levels unite as a powerful force in fly fishing. We see a community that empowers each other, celebrates camaraderie, embraces diversity, and thrives on the shared passion for the water. And over the last 7 years, I can definitely say that this vision is definitely we're living this vision. So it's been there's still a lot to do, but really a lot has been done since we've been formed. So different core values that we have. So we have 10 core values. I'm going to just kind of I'm going to talk about them, but I'm going to show some pictures and talk about what they are and how we're living this through. So obviously inclusivity, really trying to have most of our events, even as far as Fish and Hang goes, most of them are gender inclusive, right? So we do have some women.
Just turn it around when I want to.
We do have some women specific events, but most of them are gender inclusive. As far as inclusivity, so we welcome all individuals regardless of background, experience, skill level, creating an environment where everyone feels that they genuinely belong in the sport of fishing. So empowerment. Empowering women within the fly fishing community is a dedication to breaking down those barriers and those stereotypes. So one way as far as what we can do is for empowerment is really trying to reach out, highlight, amplify, especially women in the local areas. So for all of our Fish and Hangs this year, we worked with women-owned or women co-owned businesses, tried to work with all of the different women guides in that area, really trying to encourage and show that there are, so many different lead women in the specific areas that we're at. Excuse me. So leader cultivation. So really, we're dedicated to creating generation of fishing leaders, educators, and experts through innovative and accessible programs. And this is going to definitely be more and more in 2023. So just like Sue's a woman fly fishing author. How cool would it be is if we did a writing workshop where we could encourage to get 5 to 10 more women fly fishing authors, right? So just encouraging that that leadership, or someone to take that leadership role. Community, obviously, this is pretty much the base and foundation of United Women on the Fly. But really, for us, it's all about organizing events, workshops, and social gatherings that encourage the network collaboration, and really sharing of knowledge and expertise, but creating an environment where everyone feels safe. And that's super important for us, safe and welcome, truly. So for our Fish and Hangs, even though there are gender inclusive, we want to make sure that women from all over, if they're coming single or not, that they can come and feel safe and welcomed. And I see that my screen, it's a really unflattering picture. So I'm going to stop my screen and do it again. Oh my gosh, I don't know what. Yeah, we got to make, whoops. There we go. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but 'tis what it is. As far as accessibility, so this is a group of women who were at our smallmouth bass 101 workshop in Minneapolis. And so for us, accessibility is really trying to make fishing accessible to individuals of all socioeconomic backgrounds by providing affordable or free fly fishing education, events, and trips. And that's one of the biggest things, especially for us and our Fish and Hangs, is trying to make it budget friendly and make it to where everyone does have the opportunity to be able to come and hang out and fish and enjoy other anglers and other like-minded individuals. So respect, promoting a culture of respect. So treating all individuals, including fish, with dignity and compassion. So one big thing that we definitely do is encourage ethical fishing practices, such as keep fish wet principles, and advocate for catch and release whenever possible. We are in support of legal harvest. So I know that there's a lot of fly anglers, or that's kind of a view of all fly anglers are catch and release only, and that is not United Women on the Fly, but definitely encouraging, if you do choose to catch and release, to pinch your barbs and use those keep fish wet principles. Education versus shaming. This is a big one for us, and I'm pretty proud at how well our team does and how we navigate through a lot of this. But basically, we believe in empowering anglers through knowledge, respect, and support. Right. So we want to, United Women on the Fly wants to lead by example. So we share photos, education, we lead conversations. We're not going to make any public comments. We might send a DM to kind of keep that conversation behind the scenes if need be. But really for us, it's just leading by example, right? So we're going to provide Fish Handling Friday so we can share some of those principles. We'll provide blogs that talk about how to identify a red, also known as a spawning bed. So really trying to educate versus shame. And that goes not only for proper fish handling, but also for our Jedi work. And Jedi is justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes with that as well. And again, just legal harvest. We do support the legal harvest of fish. Just make sure that you check your local regulations. And as mentioned, Fish Handling Fridays. So every Friday, we showcase and highlight all of the amazing women that have been tagging us with their wet fish photos, and just, again, showcasing and sharing different keep fish wet principles of how to best handle your fish if you're practicing catch and release. So different collaborations. This is a photo. We've collaborated with many groups this last year, and this is a photo of Reeling in Serenity. So this is Mary Beth, and it looks so basically Reeling in Serenity this month is the National Sober or Recovery Month, and so United Women on the Fly has partnered with Reeling in Serenity, to really talk about awareness and what this incredible organization is doing. And it's not only for those that are in recovery, it's also for those that are supporting someone that's in recovery. So it's really an organization that is for all people. And for us, really, we're proactively pursuing partnerships with organizations, and really with a focus of aligning with individuals, events, and organizations that prioritize DEI initiatives. So a lot of our individual groups that we have collaborated with, most of them or all of them are going to have a Jedi focus. So All Kids Fish, Reeling in Recovery, Trout Routes, they've partnered with us for some scholarships, really trying to increase women in the sport of fly fishing. The Reddington Rally, Rising to the Fly, as we talked about, and then BIPOC Outdoors Twin Cities, we've collaborated with them for the Minneapolis smallmouth bass class and workshop. So a lot of great collaborations that have happened just this year, and the future is only going to be greater. And hopefully these continue, for many, many years to come. Conservation. So this is All Kids Fish. This was the event that took place in May. So there was about 80 people that were a part of this, 30 kids that were there. Excuse me. And, really why we say conservation and why I show this photo is because we have partnered with the All Kids Fish event. We are actually grandmothered in as one of the founding mothers, I guess you could say, of this event. United Women on the Fly is, and it's partnered with Chattahoochee Riverkeeper, and really talking about conservation, talking about why there's a need for clean water, and really encouraging kiddos to get out there and kind of bringing fly fishing into it, but also with a huge conservation emphasis. So some great events are happening this year. There's 3 events, and the next one will be All Girls Fish in October. And then fun and enjoyment, obviously, right? Fishing brings us joy. So we want to be fun. We want to normalize dancing, having fun, laughing, all of the things. And really, that's what encompasses United Women on the Fly: fun, enjoyment, community, and just kind of bringing all of that together. Okay. As far as goals, we have 4 different goals. So first goal is online community. And I saw that Tammy had asked if there was a way to find other women groups. And so one of our goals with this online community, basically, we're really trying to aim to create an engaging and supportive online platform where women can connect, share experiences, build lasting relationships, and foster a meaningful and inclusive community. So I'll share our resources here in the next goal as far as finding women's groups. But for us, for United Women on the Fly, right now we have, as mentioned, our public Facebook page. We have our closed Facebook group. So that's kind of that international level as far as women's community. And, if you're going, let's say you're going to Southern Oregon, or you're going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, or you're going somewhere, and you could go into, or I said, don't be afraid to use the women's group and say, hey, I'm going to be going to Pennsylvania in March, any suggestions? Can you recommend any fly shops? Does anybody want to go fishing, right? Just utilize this incredible online community that we have. And then a lot of our liaisons and or our team members can then also further bring you into other groups that might be in that area that you can then connect as far as that local knowledge goes. We also have a United Women on the Fly fly tying Facebook group. So originally the Facebook groups were combined, and it was requested that the 2 were separated just because fly tying is a whole culture of its own. So we do have a fly tying Facebook group as well, and then obviously with Instagram. So as mentioned, within our closed Facebook group, right now we have 5,181 members in the group. With over the last 90 days, we've had about 70% engagement rate. So that means, like 3,900 of the 5,000 women are active. So it's a really great group to post your questions, about gear, about anything. Post your questions in there, and more than likely you're going to get an answer, or you might get 100 different comments or 100 different answers. So really great resource for you all to utilize. Our last Facebook group survey was, I believe, in 2020 or 2021. So you'll definitely be seeing a Facebook group survey coming again, probably later this fall, just to, again, reevaluate, see how the Facebook group's going, and really what you all want for us and how we can be better. So our goal number 2 is representation and amplification. So really, United Women on the Fly aims to actively promote and amplify the voices, stories, and experiences of women from all backgrounds within the fly fishing community, ensuring that every woman feels seen, heard, and valued in our collective narrative. So truly, representation matters. And that, I believe, that's why I mentioned even Instagram starting in 2011, and then with Spokane Women on the Fly starting in 2014. All of a sudden on Instagram, there were women fishing, right? There were photos of different women, what they look like, short, tall, long hair, short hair, pink hair, whatever it might be. And so I really attribute social media to kind of just as women in fishing, just the increase of women in fishing is because women are actually seeing themselves out there, right? And it may not be them truly, but it's someone that looks like them. And that truly matters for us. We all want to be seen. Age, body inclusion, different clothing, disabilities, there's so many different ways that that can define what diversity means. And so all of these different individual things, people want to be seen. So for us, we're actively collaborating. So United Women on the Fly is actively collaborating with manufacturers and organizations to advance the cause of women's representation in all facets of fly fishing. So every month there are representatives of United Women on the Fly that have calls with Farbanks, with Orvis, with Sims, with all different companies, talking to them about representation and, sometimes calling them out, but in a phone call. But do know that United Women on the Fly, we have your back and we are fighting. There's so much happening behind the scenes because truly representation matters, and truly representation of all women matters. And that's still not there. I will say, and I just talked to Trout Unlimited about this, but in the last TU magazine, it took 42 pages before I saw a woman. Totally unacceptable. So do know that we are fighting in front of the scenes, as well as there's so much work that's going on behind the scenes. And really for United Women on the Fly, we're dedicated to promoting equal representation across all educational initiatives, our social media platforms, our website. That is a huge goal of ours. That should actually be goal number 1, honestly. This matters, and these conversations matter, and it's happening, and we're working on it. So one way that we can continue to work on this is, so this just went live today, and I'll send this out in an email to everyone who registered, but there's an online survey. So it's a women's fly shop experience. So I put together 12 different questions kind of about your experience in a fly shop, right? Whether if you actually shop in a shop or if you shop online, how are the dressing rooms? Are they safe? Are you comfortable? Do you feel private? Or is it just a bathroom or a dirty closet without a door that shuts, right? So kind of trying to get all of these different answers so we can, United Women on the Fly, can work and share this information. Your emailed addresses are all confidential, but share this information with shops to do better, right? And so I know that I hear it all the time that women want to have more gear that are in the shops. They want, just they need more. They want to feel welcomed. They need more. And so this is a great opportunity for you to tell us what you need, and really help make a change as far as this goes. So if you fill out the survey, you'll get a coupon code, you'll get a free online course or online class coupon for any Fly Fish Instruct class. And again, this is just helping for women representation. So I will send out this survey for y'all. It's 12 questions. And please answer as harshly as you want, because this information needs to be heard by all shop owners. And again, your information is private, but your story will definitely make a difference, and they need to hear that. So as far as other representation goes, so we, United Women on the Fly, we signed the Angling for All pledge. And so we signed it in September 2020, and then we met all of the requirements at the end of 2021. And basically the Angling for All pledge, it was founded by Brown Folks Fishing, and it establishes a benchmark for learning and having a commitment to addressing racism and inequality in fishing and its industries. So we are still working with Brown Folks Fishing, still continuing this Jedi work, pretty much every day in all of our behind the scenes work that we do, always keeping this in mind. We've also signed the Outdoors Oath. And so this is, the oath for short is an action-based commitment to planet inclusion and adventure. So feel free to check it out. So we are kind of collaborating and working with both. So Tammy, this will be your answer here. And Laura, I love it. And small sizes too. Absolutely. So having the right sizing, what kind of apparel do you want to see in fly shop? So please answer. If you want to write a book, awesome. That will just give us more and more information. And again, I'll send you the survey as well. And I love it, Molly, true. They need bigger girl sizes. So manufacturers need to hear this, right? So we are lucky that United Women on the Fly, we have this community of incredible women. Like, let's use our voice and let the industry know what women want. We collectively can tell them. As far as resources go, so our goal is to establish a comprehensive resource network that connects women fly anglers with women guides, women-owned businesses, focused women groups, and empowering and supporting women's participation and the leadership in fly fishing industry. So we have a website. It's UWOTF.com. When you go onto the website, you'll see an about, events, shop, online courses, resources, links, and donates. So going into the resource page, you can find a women's group. So here's, Tammy, what you were asking is there a location to find other women's groups? So you can click on here, you can actually click on the state. So let's say that you're going to be driving to Montana. You're going to come to our Fish and Hang next year. So come to Montana, and you are, but you want to see the different women's groups. So you would come into the resources, and then you'd click on that, and then it'll show you the different women's groups that are that have listed themselves onto our website. We have an area for women's apparel, different women co-owned fly fishing businesses. On our connection page, so here's the Find a Women's Fishing Group. So they're broken down into different regions. So you could just go onto here, click onto it, and then you can find all of the different women's groups in that area. So that is going to be uwotf.com/connect. And again, if you just go to the homepage, you'll be able to find it. One disclaimer, one thing that I want to say is that United on the Fly is not affiliated with any of the groups listed on the website. So again, we just want to be a comprehensive resource for women, so you can learn what women's groups are out there. So all of the groups have given United Women on the Fly permission to be included on our website and have agreed to our mission statement and core values. So annually, we send out an email. We make sure that they're still in alignment with our mission statement and our core values, because we have and are always evolving. And so those are who's listed on our website. And then here you can find a women's fly fishing guide around the world. So this is just the United States map, but all these little black dots are basically where women that have put themselves onto the website where you can find them. So if you're looking for a woman to hire a woman guide in Montana, you can click on here. Obviously we need to get some more women guides kind of in the central area, and hopefully if you want to add yourself, there's still a possibility for that. So just reach out to me, send me an email, and we can help get you onto the website. Business, different women-owned and women co-owned businesses. So here are all of the different women-owned businesses. So what a great way to be able to support women-owned. So just go through it, check it out, and see maybe, on your next, sorry, I was trying to scroll through all of them, but it's a slide. So go and see if you can support, or when you want to hire or want to buy jewelry or whatever it might be, maybe flies, go to a woman's own fly shop. And then industry women. So here are all of the different women that are in the industry that have listed themselves on the website. So you can go, let's say that you want to hire somebody to be a speaker, or you want someone to come to your chapter or your, for a festival to speak or whatever. This is a great opportunity for you to find different women within the industry and be able to connect with them. We also have a blog. So our blog has just some different education. We'll have some team highlights, some fish recipes. So kind of a mix of all things. So you can go into that. And then our YouTube channel. So United Women on the Fly has several different videos of education, fly tying, all kinds of stuff on our YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out as well. I'm not seeing any questions, but I'm going to stop my share really quick. Is there any questions? I know I've been just rambling on and on and on. Does anybody have any questions before I go through our goal number 4? And it's okay if you don't, but all right, I'll keep rambling. All right, so our goal number 4 is, let's see, whoops. So goal number 4 is women fishing opportunities. So our goal is to design and execute events that prioritize the safety and inclusivity of all women, ensuring they feel comfortable, respected, and embraced within the United Women on the Fly community. So we have definitely lived this goal this year. It's been pretty incredible. So as far as 2023 Fish and Hang events, again, we were prioritizing in-person events, and wow, we definitely did it. So Los Angeles was at the end of April, and went down, fished Venice Beach. The next day went and fished the LA River. The next day fished a pond or like a park, and then fished a river. It was a pretty incredible whirlwind of fishing and lots of fun. And working with the SoCal Fly Gals and Lino and just a bunch of our friends just getting together and fishing. Really, really incredible. Again, the All Kids Fish event in Georgia. North Carolina was the kickoff to the 2023 Fish and Hang, and it was a really, really incredible event. So for those of you who've never fished North Carolina, I highly recommend it, especially in the Pisgah area National Forest. So definitely go and check it out. There's tons and tons of fishing opportunities. And Kelly, do you want to talk about your first day, like first hour of fishing?
Oh my, yeah. So, this isn't, you don't have this type of day every day, and I certainly hadn't, but I had gotten a new rod. I pulled the plastic off my cork, and I went and I fished one of my confidence flies, which is a waltz worm. Great fly to have in your box. And I proceeded to catch 10 fish within an hour, walking probably about 100 yards total upstream off the same fly that never broke off. So it was a great kickoff to my North Carolina adventure with Heather and all these wonderful women you see here in this picture. But mainly what I remember most, Heather, is the people. It's always the people for me, and seeing other women have success and helping them along or netting a fish here and there for someone else. But yeah, North Carolina was so special.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Aaron, what about you? You had some smallmouth bass experiences in North Carolina. There's lots of fishing opportunities here.
We did. And the guides that we worked with Headwaters are absolutely outstanding. My boyfriend is new to fly fishing and he grew up conventional fishing. We went out and I have a very serious love for smallmouth. In Virginia, it's hot as heck. There's no trout in the summer. So I do a lot of smallmouth and I wanted him to catch the fever. And yeah, he caught a fish of a lifetime. So he caught a 21-inch smallmouth on his very first day out. It was the whole story of catching it. It shouldn't have ever gotten into the net, and we did it. And it was a behemoth, and it was so cool. And we're registered again for next year. It'll be the 3rd year in a row. And we've been trying to do it 1 trout day, 1 bass day, because there's so much to offer there. And I actually think that maybe we'll do some walk and wade because there are some more mountain streams that we don't typically fish when we're with the guide. We've done a lot of floats because you cover more ground, but we're honing our skills. So there's something for everyone for sure. They're great with first timers and great with experienced. We hunted large brown trout. There's something for everybody.
Yeah. And there's muskie in the fall. So there's like North Carolina is an incredible place to go and fish. And yes, the Headwaters outfitters, Jessica Whitmire is one of the owners and just incredible family, and just they will make you feel like family. It's a beautiful, beautiful. It was a great event. Then we moved on to Virginia, which was another great event. Obviously, it looks like well, let's look at Angie. She's definitely not enjoying herself. But oh my gosh, what a fun group of women. Also, this was right in the Shenandoah National Park. So it was in Syria, Virginia, really incredible, and lots of opportunities for all kinds of different experience levels as well. Truly beautiful. It was a ton of fun. So then the next weekend we moved to Pennsylvania. And you can see the common denominator here is Angie Kelly, which is such a beautiful thing. So Pennsylvania was so fun. And do you want to talk? Well, Erin, why don't you talk a little bit about Virginia, since you're here, and just kind of share a little bit about the weekend and kind of the fishing and the other opportunities for women that want to go to Virginia.
Yeah, sure. So this was actually right where we stayed at Rose River Farm, is right outside of the park boundary of Shenandoah on the eastern slope. And this is where I really honed my skills during COVID, doing some solo fishing where there's no cell service in the mountains, kind of sketchy. But I really spent a lot of time there. It was beautiful. It was so fun to share this beautiful section of water with these amazing ladies. We had opportunities to fish some trout stocked waters at Rose River Farm that are private with rod fees. And we did an awesome intensive instructional portion, and we covered everything from casting to knot tying to the whole gamut of rigging your rods. It was really great. And then there was some farm ponds that we were able to fish on the property after the lesson was over. So that was really cool. We got some sunnies and we got some largemouth bass. And so there was the trout stream on the property as well that some women opted for. And then there were some fire roads and mountain roads that took you up into the park, where there was just like starving brook trout jumping out of the water at every fly. It's really great. It is absolutely one of my favorite spots, and it's not as popular as a lot of other places. So it's kind of great to share that with such passionate women. And Kiki was there. Kiki is a guide in this area. If you guys are interested at all in learning more about anything in the Virginia area and near Shenandoah, let me know and I can connect you with Kiki, who is the absolute mastermind of it.
Yes, absolutely. And then Kelly, do you want to share about our Pennsylvania weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. So we set out in Pennsylvania, in central Pennsylvania, which I consider the heart of Pennsylvania fly fishing. And it's a really great area. We are surrounded by so much water, the famous Penns, and then Spring Creek, Bald Creek. I mean, go on. There's so many wonderful streams in that area. The women really brought it in this group. We had some evening activities planned, but we didn't need them because these women stayed out fishing. They went mousing at night. They were up early in the morning, and it was just really wonderful. We also had the pleasure of having Ashley Wilmot with us in the evenings. She is a guide, but she's also part of the Team USA fly fishing. So definitely follow her for a journey. But she came and shared a ton of knowledge with all of us in the evenings. And it was just a really great event. It was slightly unique from the other events in that we had lodging completely all together at this facility, which was super great. So I definitely plan on doing this as a repeat next year as well. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you'll join us in Pennsylvania. There's a lot to uncover here. We have 86,000 miles of flowing streams, which is second to Alaska. So it's pretty incredible. So I always say, don't count us out here in Pennsylvania. I know everything is so great out west, but come east and visit us here in PA.
Totally. And Kelly, I was very lucky enough to experience the green drake hatch with Kelly on like the famous green drake hatch on Penns Creek. It was incredible.
Incredible. And I just kept looking over at Heather, and all she's doing is taking pictures of bugs. And I'm like, are you gonna fish or are you just gonna take photos of pictures? But I truly appreciate it though, because it's not just about fishing. It's about so much more with connecting with other people, being in nature, and seeing these insects. And she just gushed over it. I mean, it was awesome.
I mean, if you want to get nerdy, it was so cool. It didn't matter. That was so, and then to watch, just like to watch him eating. It was, magic, pure magic. So Pennsylvania,
cool.
Definitely check it out for sure.
If you're ever in Pennsylvania, hit me up.
For sure. And then Oregon. So Oregon was like the next weekend. I was a busy girl for a couple of months. Oregon, and we're actually going to be doing Oregon and creating it as an official fish and hang. This is the Trout Fest. So there's live music, there's beverages, this will be incorporated within the fish and hang. Idaho. So this is my hometown. Or I guess my home waters with Spokane Women on the Fly. So this is a great event that we do. And then Montana. Oh, wow. Like what an incredible group of women. There were over 100 women and 100 individuals that were in the West Yellowstone area over the weekend. Not everyone is shown in this picture, but truly, and it was so beautiful to meet so many great people and, just to support. And I love what Kelly always says, they said yes to this adventure. And I mean, look at these smiles in the faces. It was truly a great way to end really that kind of fish and hang event. So really, really incredible. And then Alaska, the next weekend, there was a United on the Fly hosted trip to Alaska with Kate Crump, who we've supported and just been collaborating with for over the last 8 years, and lots of fun. All women brought home over 50 pounds of salmon. So they will be feeding their families for a long time. I brought like 3 fillets. So because my superpower is not cooking. So I'll cook at some point, but yeah. So this year it was incredible. We reached and connected with so many different individuals from all walks of life and all people. And it was truly, truly a great time. So what does 2024 bring for us? I've received a bunch of messages and emails over the last couple of weeks, just kind of wanting to know more about our different events. And so you can go to our website, click on events, or go to UWOTF events, and it'll always be updated as far as our events go. We're moving to quarterly meetings. So we did an entomology meeting in September, and then we're going to, we're lucky enough to have the amazing George Daniel. He's going to be presenting again to us. Last year, he presented Euro fishing techniques. And then this year, he's going to be presenting streamer fishing. So we are so lucky to have him as one of our guest educational speakers. So that'll be on November 1st from at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then you can register here. I'll send out all of the different links via an email for a follow-up email for everybody who registered. So all this information will be coming. We finally, 4 years later, Christmas Island is finally happening. We have 2 spots left. So if you're interested, let us know. It's coming up pretty quickly, October 17th through the 24th. Great for all skill levels, even new saltwater fishing anglers. It's a great opportunity.
No, it's the 10th to the 17th.
Oh, thank you. 10th through the 17th. I'll edit that. That was our old date. So we literally changed 4 years because of COVID. Thank you, Tammy. You're like, oh my gosh, did I get the wrong plane ticket? No. And then again, November 1st is going to be Fishing Streamers with George Daniel. We're going to have our May 30th through June 2nd is going to be the Oregon Fish and Hang with the Trout Fest. So Trout Fest is brought on or hosted by Deschutes River Alliance. And this is a great opportunity to not only catch the famous salmon fly hatch on the Deschutes River, but also have a full day of education. And there's all kinds of different casting education. There's all kinds of classroom, like entomology, how to fish indicators, all kinds of stuff. And it's all free. So there's a lot of great opportunities with this, and there'll be a live band, and there's a couple breweries that'll be there. So the nice thing for United on the Fly is we don't have to plan a lot of it. We just show up. So it's going to be a really great time. And we are going to be doing West Yellowstone again. It was such an incredible event that we'll be doing it again, June 21st to the 23rd. And then going to be working with Joanne and Rachel Finn for a fall 2024 New York event. So those are kind of what we have right now in the works. I'm sure there's going to be more events that pop up, but just kind of these are the ones to keep on your radar set thus far. Again, just saving the dates. And these are just listed so on our website as well. And then also, so Jay Michelle, who's our team coordinator. So she's going to be hosting a trip to Christmas Island also in April of 2024. So there'll be another opportunity if you can't make the October event, then there's an opportunity for you to make her hosted event as well in April. And we can send you all of that information as well. Our Montana, so save the date. And then I'm almost done, I promise. But as far as like education goes, so, in 2021, 2022, we had a focus of definitely education, accessible, affordable education. Back in that time, we did partner with Fly Fish Instruct for all of our online courses. It's similar to a partnership as we did with the Catch and the Hatch for their online entomology courses. So with the help of Fly Fish Instruct and with United on the Fly, we were able to give quite a few scholarships out over the last couple of years. So in 2022, we provided more than 150 individual free access to the Intro to Fly Fishing online classes, and then over 50 scholarships and donated classes. 2023, we bumped it up. And so we gave away 55 free summer trout fishing techniques. And we were able to give 5 different workshop scholarships, in-person scholarships, which is really, really cool. And so far, over 50 scholarships for online classes. And as Tema and Julia mentioned, we're working with Rising to the Fly as well to help with this education, to just help with their initiative too of gear, garb, and guidance. So our Virginia, we had our scholarship. We had a scholarship for Minneapolis, Minnesota. We actually had 3 women who got scholarships for that. And then we had our Women's Escape. So we offered another scholarship with Reddington. So really great opportunities this year. And next year is going to be even better. Fall trout fishing techniques. So the next upcoming live online fly fishing class. So talking really about fly fishing, going to be specific. We're going to break it down to dry fly fishing in the fall, subsurface, streamer fishing, as well as swinging. So some kind of trout spay, as well as swinging soft tackles, all really relevant to our to fall fishing. And again, if you fill out the online Women's Fly Shop Experience survey, then you'll get a free online course or class. And it can be the fall one, or it can be anything that's already out there and that you wanna take. And then finally, so what does the future look like for us? You know, we had our past, we had our timeline, we had the present where we're really working on in-person, working on representation, doing so much work behind the scenes to really fight for women representation in the industry. But what does the future for us look like? So as I mentioned, United on the Fly is, we're starting to go through a restructure, and this restructure started back in October of 2022. So we collaborated, and luckily Kelly introduced us to an amazing woman, Kate, who is the owner and founder of CoLab. And it's a company based out of Pennsylvania. And so basically in October 2022, she conducted a bunch of interviews, you know, kind of like what a strategic plan restructure looks like, right? So we started to go through that in October, November, had a leadership retreat. Then come June, we had another leadership retreat. So starting to kind of dive down and really direct our focus, I guess is what you can say, based on the different goals and our vision. And again, it always comes down to our mission statement. So from January to present, so we're actively engaging in different initiatives, as well as strategically identifying things, right? So big focus, again, in-person events, making sure that we have an online community that's meaningful, that is welcoming to all women, making sure that we have resources, you know, providing just a central hub for resources. So when we had this restructure, we kind of broke it down into 3 different things. And one of the biggest things is, okay, United on the Fly has been here for 7 years, but how can we have it last forever, right? Because how is this going to continue to be sustainable? So really one of the biggest things is financial sustainability. And so we're working on different ways for that. But one of the ways that we can do that is by having some donation-based meetings. And so our goal is to continue to bring you top-notch instructors such as George Daniel, and still keep all of our online quarterly meetings to be accessible and affordable, right? But have it at a donation base. So that will help not only pay for our instructors, but also to help basically pay for the operational expenses of running United on the Fly. So it costs money to do this. And so if we want to continue this for the rest of our future, then we just have to think about sustainability. So just note that that is one way that we're making a few changes. The other is, many of you have seen, or you already have a t-shirt, you already have a sticker, you might already be using any of the different or the hashtag iFishiBelong. So we're in the process right now of working on actually creating iFishiBelong as a nonprofit. So there's gonna be a lot more to come with that, but just knowing that that is definitely in the works. And really the vision for iFishiBelong is embracing all fish, all techniques, all individuals, with a dedication to unity and cultivating tomorrow's leaders through innovative programs. So basically everything that United on the Fly is a part of. So that's just another thing that you're going to hear more about in the future. And these are our 3 lovely, beautiful women, Lisa, Angie Kelly, and Liz. So I'm sure you all have seen some of this iFishiBelong swag already out there, and we still have a lot left. So be sure to check out our website as well. And and that really concludes as far as the future. There's a lot to come with this restructure and with developing this iFishiBelong nonprofit. So you all are going to hear a lot more about that kind of later fall, as well as into the early next year. So I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to open it up for any Q&As, questions, comments, thoughts.
Heather, can I make a comment?
Yes, please.
Someone asked in the chat how they can contribute or what they thought a suggested amount was for donations. And I mean, truly that's up to the individual, but as of right now, like buying a hat, buying some of the swag, buying a t-shirt, if you attend any of the presentations, you know, consider making that donation, because all those donated funds help us run United Women on the Fly, from paying for our website to having insurance to helping to throw some of these events, these in-person events. So I really encourage everyone, you know, if you can donate a little bit at a time as you go, or pick up some cool swag, please do so. That definitely helps us in having that financial sustainability for this group.
Thanks, Kelly. I'm really
Sure.
bad at that.
I know.
That's not my superpower, obviously. Yeah.
Heather, it looks like Mary Pat also asked about hoodies on the website for the iFishiBelong, if they would be on sale soon.
You know, we didn't do any hoodies yet, but that doesn't mean hoodies are really expensive. And I personally fund everything for United Women on the Fly. So I don't have the financial means right now to purchase a bunch of hoodies. But what I think we can do is a pre-order. So we could put in, you know, we could do a pre-order where people could choose colors and sizes, and we could get that ordered. So it's, you know, pay ahead of time. So Mary Pat, I agree. I own 3 hoodies and that's all I wear. So that's something we'll add to the list for sure, for the pre-order for the hoodies. Yeah.
If you need any help selling them, it is literally the softest thing. I've watched it a few times. It is so soft. It is my favorite hoodie too.
Yeah, it's a good sweatshirt. It's a good weight.
It's a great, and they fit good, like all body types for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, Mary Pat, I'm writing you down right now for that. Awesome. What other questions, thoughts? You know, share a story about, you know, why, you know, your experience with United Women on the Fly. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you all.
I could say something.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Sue. I went to New Zealand earlier this year for 2 months, and I posted on United Women on the Fly that I was going to the North Island, and I was amazingly connected with a number of people. I actually never got to meet up with Heather because of the cyclones coming through, and ended up fishing with the people she was going to be fishing with. That was purely by accident, and sharing a lodge with them through the Auckland Fly Fishers. But if not for the group, I wouldn't have known where to start. I would have found my way because I'm pretty good at digging around, but I had so much information and so many contacts before we even got on the plane. By the time we get out there, this was not a fishing trip. My wife doesn't fish. Everywhere we went, it was like, I have to go see so-and-so. I have to meet so-and-so. I'm willing to hire guides everywhere I go, but I never hired a guide because people were just coming out of the woodwork to help because they're just awesome people out there, and took me fishing. I came home after 9 weeks there, practically sick. I had fished so hard and played so hard with Karen. And finally, near the end of the trip, my wife, Karen, said to me, "You need to go." And I said, "What?" She said, "I have a sabbatical and I have work to do." And I was like, "That's not my fault you're not getting your work done. I've been fishing and you need to go home because you're going to be sick if you don't stop the fishing." It was crazy. And it all started with my post on United Women on the Fly. So I just posted about going to Argentina and Patagonia, and not a lot has come in yet. I'm beginning to get a little bit of response, but I tell people all the time in my fishing classes at LL Bean about our group and about Maine Women Fly Fishers. And no matter where they're here from, visiting Maine, usually it's in the States, I tell them to join this group, tell the women. And anyway, thank you. It's been an amazing resource for me, and not because I've been, involved in the liaison group, but just as any person posting in the group, tons of information and support, and meeting people from across the world when I've never been there before. So that's my anecdotal story.
I love it. So yeah, don't be afraid to post. That's just post and ask questions, or, some of my bestest friends are because of fishing, because of social media. So I never would have met Angie and heard all of her beautiful campfire songs, right? Or those campfire songs wouldn't even have existed, So don't be afraid to just put yourself out there and just ask a question, or, try to meet up with somebody. You're not going to regret it. So any other questions, thoughts, stories, anything before we,
I'll say something. Hi, my name's Karina. I'm in Portland, Maine, and I am in this group because of you, Sue, because I went to a fly fishing class with you that was actually canceled. And you said, join the group. And I was like, okay, I'm joining the group. But it's like, as someone coming into the industry, like my thought process right now is like, it's kind of intimidating. And it's like, I don't really know where to start. And, really like connecting with women is like what I'm like reaching for and what I'm wanting to do, because, it is a men driven industry, and that's like not my personal or professional goal. But I also, haven't had a great response going into a store being like, well, I'm new to this and I want to try this and I want to get this. It's kind of like, yeah, you're a stupid woman. Like that's kind of the response that I've got. So like, I love the idea of this group, and thank you for having this to, help make that change. And, if there's anybody in Maine or anyone coming to Maine that, would like to help me with the fishing side of it, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think a Maine fish and hang is definitely, maybe Sue, 2025 will definitely be, I know that's a ways from now, but yeah, for sure.
How about 24? I think I just wrote a note and started it. We need to look at it for 24. We'll go from New York to Maine.
If you want to help co-host it, yes, we'll talk about it.
I'll be there.
I would consider it. And Karina, I remember you. I think you were in the thunderstorm cancellation a few weeks ago.
I certainly was, yes.
Well, thanks for your comment there. And I'm going to reach out to you on Messenger. I can help you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. And don't be afraid to just reach out to us too via DM as well as email or anything, however we can help you as well. That's what it's about. And really, like I said, we as a group of women, over 5,000 women, we are the voice, right? So we can continue to work with manufacturers and work with the industry to help drive that change. And unfortunately, those that of most of you that know me, it's not fast enough, but it's there is change that's happening. So any and all comments, thoughts, whatever we can do to uplift this voice, let's do it. So yes, hi, is it Kath?
You got it.
Okay, Kath, is that right?
Kath, it's like Faith with a K.
Okay, perfect. Your photos have been amazing lately, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've had a pretty sweet summer.
You have. Yes, you have.
I just wanted to say, like, I first started fishing like in 2020, and this is the first group that I went to get me started. So I definitely wouldn't be where I am without, your courses and your drop-ins on Mondays and stuff. That helped a lot. I know, so I'm part of the Calgary Women's Fly Fishing Group in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I know a few of our ladies went to the Montana Fish and Hang, and they had an amazing time. And so we really definitely want to host people as well in the Calgary, Alberta area. The Rocky Mountains are super fun to fish if anybody has been around here. I just want to know how we kind of would get that started, because it's super fun, and meeting women from all over the world has been really great.
I agree. And yes. So do me a favor, send me an email, info@unitedwomenonthefly.com, and then we'll continue that conversation for sure. And yeah. So right now our group is working on kind of creating a template for how to host other fish and hangs. And so that's our goal is by the end of the year to have all of that done. So then we can work and collaborate with other, women's groups, other women guides, other women co-owned fly shops and everything. So send me an email and I'm going to add it in. I'll respond, and then we'll definitely continue this conversation throughout fall. So,
okay, awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And thanks for tagging us too. Like your latest, I copied your latest post and put it in for a Fish Handling Friday. So you'll be seeing that here in the next month or so, because it was such a beautiful picture and the drips of the fish. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So yeah, thank you for bringing us along on your adventures.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's awesome. Cool. Any other thoughts, comments, questions?
I'd like to make a comment. Oh,
yeah.
Can I go?
Laura. Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Well, I just wanted to say that I just sort of got hooked up with United Women on the Fly by accident, because I met someone at that spay casting thing in San Francisco, and she said, "Oh, you need to join United Women on the Fly." And because of that, I then started volunteering with United Women, and I co-founded a women's fishing group here in Reno. And through that, I've just expanded. I've met so many other fantastic women. I got hooked up with NorCal Women on the Fly, went to some of their events, and now I'm actually going to fish for redfish in New Orleans in October with Julia Mitchell, which I'm really excited about. But it's just been so amazing to meet everybody and be involved with this group. It's kind of changed my life. So thank you, Heather.
Well, we appreciate you for all of your time that you've done and spent on the team, and just you've added so much joy to so many of us when we meet, when we're together and in person. So I think I could say that you've changed my life too. So I'm very honored to work side by side with you.
Well, I feel the same way.
Awesome. Molly, were you going next? Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to jump in and say that you guys freaking rock. That's all it is. I mean, you guys are out to have a good time. You're out to share the knowledge, share the love, represent. I just love what you guys stand for. I love the community that you have, the vibe, the smiles, like your face hurt. I mean, it's been wonderful. I mean, I'm going to echo a lot of the repetitive questions that I've seen, which is when's the schedule for the next fish and hang for like 2024? Like when's it coming out? Because
we're working on it. We're slowly sprinkling out the dates.
Okay. Because I want to pull a Angie Kelly. I want to try I got my 82 Volkswagen Vanagon ready, and I'm prepping her up, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go to North Carolina, Virginia, PA, and I don't know, we'll see. But also so we'll see.
I'm hearing that Molly is a yes.
Molly's definitely a yes.
Everyone else needs to jump on a board being a yes.
For sure.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll have to. I will admit, some of the videos I got of Molly and catching her fish was so cool. Yeah, so all of the dates are slowly being sprinkled around. Do know that these events take a lot of work to put on. So, as much as we want to put on 12 next year, financially, it's just not feasible or possible. But we're sprinkling around because I know there's Colorado, there's West Virginia, there's Tennessee, there's so many other places that want to have would be great, but also other groups that we can collaborate with to work with too. So they will all start to come throughout the fall as we work together as a team to figure out all the logistics. So Molly, and thanks for your voice and your smile. I mean, like my cheeks hurt just thinking about you. So it's been great just meeting you as well.
Awesome. Thank you all. I appreciate y'all.
Cool. Anything else before we take off? And we have 2 more minutes, and I want to be respectful of everyone's time.
Well, I'll just say that hearkening Laura Murph's thing about this group changing my life, I've been with us since virtually the beginning, and it's definitely changed my life. And during the Montana Fish and Hang, I got to meet women I'd been working with and seeing on Zoom for 5 years that I'd never met in person, and that was just freaking amazing. And so I just want to highly encourage y'all to keep participating and get more women to come in and come to any fish and hang you can, because it is frankly life-changing and probably the most fun you're ever going to have. Fight me.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. Mic dropped. No.
Yeah. I mean, I know I did try to be Angie Kelly. It was pretty exhausting. I don't recommend it if you don't have the summers off. But it really, if you guys were at any of the events, from first time fly anglers to people with a little bit of experience to people who had a lot of experience, I mean, if you met me, you understand how fulfilled I was by meeting all of these women. And I really feel like I'm among some of my best friends. And like Jay Michelle said, when I met people in Montana that I hadn't met in person, we were best friends right off the bat. And it's because we've built such great relationships over time. And this group is so awesome for so many reasons. And I just absolutely love every one of these women. It is incredible. And yeah, wherever you go, I will follow. Just not as much as Angie, because she's way more badass than me.
So a little about Angie Kelly from Southern Ohio. She came to every single fish and hang. So she was at every single event. So total rock star. And yeah, she has definitely enriched all of our lives. She also has these amazing songs that she's written and sings around the campfire. And so coming to a fish and hang next year, you'll definitely hear them. And you'll probably hear some. I'm encouraging her to get them recorded and put them on like Spotify or something so we can all know all the words to sing along. So yeah. So, all right. Again, thank you all so much just for being here, showing up, and being a part of the community. Yeah, this United on the Fly is because of all of you all, our team, our liaisons, and everyone else that is been a part of us and supported us for the last 7 years. So I don't foresee this ever going away. We don't want it to go away. We want to continue to have this community and have a voice and really, share what women want. We know what we want. So we have that opportunity to really, move mountains. And so I hope that you all will continue to fight the fight, I guess, truly with women and representation in fly fishing, because it is so truly important and you all are a part of it. So you should pat yourself on the back and be really proud that we are definitely making change, and it's because of you all. So with that being said, I will send an email tonight to everybody who registered with all the different links and everything that we talked about. And please feel free to, just to let us, if you have any questions or anything, suggestions, and please fill out that survey. This survey is going to fly shops. So this is again, it's all anonymous, but they need to know if we want to make change and if we really want to feel welcomed in shops and have them purchase women's gear, and we need to let them know what we want. So please fill out and share any good, bad, or ugly. It all needs to be heard. So anyways, all right. Thank you all again. Happy anniversary. And
Happy anniversary
from us all. And thank you, team, for being here, and everyone else. I appreciate you all. Talk soon. Good night.